Inspired by our work on George's Marvellous Medicine, we're going to now start some work all about instructions. Now, George has had a go at making his own marvellous medicine, hasn't he, for his grandma? And usually when we are mixing something together or making a recipe, we would use a set of instructions so that we know what to do and how to do it. Instructions are an important type of information text. They tell us what to do and they are a non-fiction text. And we're going to have a go over the next few lessons at looking at instructions, and eventually you will have a go at making your own set of instructions inspired by George's Marvellous Medicine. So what we're going to do today is together we're going to use an example of a set of instructions and we're going to look for the features that those instructions contain. Now, the features of a text are important to help us when we come to write our own, because we can use them like a checklist. So we're going to have a look now over on my desk and we'll check through these instructions together. Now we've got the set of instructions, I'm going to have a go on a printed version, which you can do at home if you can print out a copy of this. I've also printed out a copy of these word cards. Now, you don't have to print these out. You could have these up on a screen, or you could look at them or use this video to help you. These include lots of different features that are in an information text, such as instructions. So I'm going to use this as a bit of a checklist. Don't worry if you don't understand what all of these things mean. We will come on to them in time. Okay. But the most important ones I'm going to highlight now, using a title, a list of what's needed, putting the steps in order, bullet points or numbers to separate or order the steps, using bossy imperative verbs, capital letters and full stops. Those are the ones that we are going to really focus on today. So let's take a look at the instruction text here. Now, the first thing that I'm going to look at is how to make a papier-mâché globe. Now, that to me looks like a title. So I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to use my pen and I am going to say that that is my title. Next, let's take a look here. Including a list of what is needed. Now, this isn't a list of what I need, but this is, you will need, and then lots of different things that I need to be able to make this globe. So I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to say that this is my list of equipment. Now, if my instructions were a recipe, that would be my list of ingredients. Now, putting the steps in order. Now, the only way we know if the steps are in order is if they have a number. Now, I can't see any numbered steps here. Maybe numbers would be quite helpful, but I can see that the first word here says first of all, first. So that definitely shows me that this is in the right order because I'm starting with the first steps. Okay, now the next part says bullet points or numbers to separate the steps. Let's have a look. I can see those bullet points all the way down. It's really clear which step is which. Okay, now the next one says a long word. Now, we have talked about this in class, but you might not remember. Bossy verbs. They're known as, with a really fancy word, imperative verbs. So those are verbs that tell us how to do something. So if we look at the first step, first of all, blow up the balloon gently. don't let it burst. Now, a verb, remember, is a doing word. So the doing word here is blow. Blow up. Okay, that's telling us what to do. So that would be our imperative verb. Ask. That could be an imperative verb. Tie the balloon. Okay, I'm going to highlight just a couple of those. But when you read yours through, I would like you to have a go at looking for all of the imperative verbs in as many sentences as you can. So I'm going to say these are my bossy verbs. This is an important one for all of our writing, isn't it? Capital letters and full stops. Now I can see those here and here. I think capital letters and full stops have been used throughout those instructions. Now, there's something else here. At the beginning of our instructions, it says, are you learning about the continents of the world? Read on to discover how to make a papier-mâché globe of your own to help you remember them. So this would be an introduction. And this introduction tells us what to expect from these instructions. Because if we didn't have this, we might not fully understand why we would want to make this. So that's something else that you can include. So today I would like you to look for a title, an equipment list, putting the steps in order, bullet points, bossy verbs, capital letters and full stops. Now you can have a go at this example text or the other example text, or you could have a go at finding your own, maybe using something that you are really interested in yourself.